Hello everyone, it's Joshua, and today I will be reacting to Best of Anime 2022 by Gigguk. Yeah, I love Gigguk. I love the content he makes, so I've been looking forward to this video a lot, so I just want to get right into it here. And yeah, here we go.
Once again, we've reached the start of a new year, but before we say goodbye to 2022
Yep,
completely,
2023
I gotta say...
first. So I believe he said his anime of the year is Cyberpunk Edge Runners, if I remember correctly, but we'll see. Maybe his anime of the year actually ends up being one of the fall ones, because that was... I'm just going based on what he voted for at the Anime Awards.
Finally dropping and having the impact,
and that didn't include the fall
stuff. Continue into another season and hitting even harder. We even got old franchises getting resurrected and looking better than ever. 2022 was absolutely stacked, but what else happened in the world for us weebs? After 25 years,
Ash.
Cursed by becoming the Pokemon World
We're
Champion.
losing Ash, guys.
It was reported like a real sporting event as the world celebrated, allowing him to finally retire at the ripe old age of 11. Italy had a surprising visitor as a certain promiscuous video of Tifa Lockhart was accidentally played at their Senate.
What? Wait, what? I don't remember that.
In Italy law, becoming only the second person since Julius Caesar to be violently stabbed at a Senate.
I'm not really into games and all that. Not even like Final Fantasy or
romance arc of my own life.
Yeah. Oh.
Why do I care so much what people
Oh yeah.
I think I'm gay.
And
We're gonna go to, talk
the ads play. Be back in a second.
specifically about queer.
Alright, here we go. Back into it. Yeah.
Romance arc of my own life.
Garnt got married. So happy for him in Sydney.
2022 was a bit of a quiet year in terms of anime news. We didn't get any particularly big shockers or controversies. Even
none at all.
Bad stinkers compared to previous years. But what we got instead was some bloody great anime. This year was brutally hard to narrow down my list of favorites, so I don't spend 2 months making an hour-long video.
X-Arm in 2021
unless it does something new or notable for me to talk about, which makes it messy because so many of them did this year. This is going to be the longest list in a while, so I had to be cut through if I didn't have much to say. My Hero,
right, of course.
The best My Hero has been in a long time, but still not
quite
good
it's
enough.
great.
JoJo had his hype promoted by Netflix, but is still more great JoJo. Bleach's return has been an absolutely incredible sight to witness.
I need to watch Bleach.
Bleach could get this hype, but the last time I talked in depth about
I really need to watch Bleach.
This happened, and I don't want
to. Oh yeah, okay.
Titan is also continuing to stamp its mark down on anime history. We got more incredible twists.
I need to watch Attack on Titan as well.
Being like,
amazing, mission complete. That right there is why you're the best, boss.
I'm just waiting for it to finally learn what the word final means.
Yes. How many? What is it? Final season, part 2, part whatever.
Final season. The
final edition, part 1.
Let's just get started. Before moving on to all the great shows last year, who doesn't love a good snack while watching some great anime? Well, today's sponsor has got you covered because it's Boxu. Guys, if you know anything about Japan, you know the food here is godly. And Boxu is my favorite Japanese snack box. They work with local businesses from all over the country.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this part. I always do.
Every single month. And as you can see, this month we're getting a super special pretty box because Sakura season is almost upon us. Yes, this month's theme is Sakura in Kyoto. I'm gonna be honest, one of the hardest parts of being sponsored by Boxu is that I have to actually wait to try out these snacks on camera instead of just opening it up and trying out straight when I receive it. Alright, let me see what looks good.
Right.
I have not had a Sakura flavored mochi yet, so let's see what this tastes like. Ooh, that smells really good. That's pretty damn good. I'm a bit sad there's only one of those in the box.
Oh, there was only one?
Kyoto Sable Ume. I always love the different types of biscuits they send me, and I'm excited to try this one. Ooh. Oh, this is dangerous.
So I wonder exactly what shows he's going to talk about in this video. Last time he did, I think, a top 15 countdown for 2021.
Entirely gone by the end of the day. Each box is completely packed, and it comes with a booklet that teaches you all about the snack's unique flavor and where they come from. So guys, if you want to introduce yourself to Japanese food culture or just find the perfect gift for your fellow weebs, Boxu has got you covered, and this is pretty much perfect for all the shows we're going to be talking about if you want to snack on something. So, what are you waiting for? Click that link in the description and use code Gigguk at checkout for $15 off your first Boxu purchase. Thank you very much to Boxu for sponsoring me this month.
And of course, go watch the video on Gigguk channel if you haven't seen it yet. It's Venus Line. Come on, yeah. Also, that's a great opening.
Golf, I think
I don't care what people say. That's one of my favorites of the year.
When I watch it, you'd have a better chance of waking up a coma patient. So Birdie Wing came in with the monumental task of tackling the impossible.
I can't wait for the second season. I think it's coming out in the spring.
Gay girls, isn't it? Not golf enough for you? How about we add special golf attacks, golf with guns, an underground golf syndicate with Golf Seto Kaiba, in Golf Battle City where golfers have a golf duel to the death. One moment you can be watching a girl driving the ball through a moving train, and the next a dude.
What was her full name that she was using when she got to America? Evangeline, whatever.
It will golf you so hard you will be golfed into submission. This was a bloody wild ride from start to finish, and by the end of it, you'll be excitedly singing along to the catchy opening every time.
That's not what it's saying. Yes, my number 2 of the year.
Every season, we get 1 or 2 new anime with the stupidest fucking concept of all time.
Hey, don't hate on that concept.
Guys, what if this works? What's incredible is when it actually does. Panipi Kome, or your boy Kongming, yes, that's the official translated title,
your boy
asks what happens if legendary Chinese tactician Zhuge Liang gets reborn to Tokyo to become the manager of an EDM idol.
Yeah, second best of the year. Yeah.
Using the art of war. It's an absurd idea that looks even more absurd on screen, but all it took was one look at the opening for me to go, you son of a bitch, I'm in. It instantly grabs you with this infectious charm and holds on tight. Whether you're seeing a breakdown of how ancient war tactics can be used to gain Twitter followers, or watching a historic Chinese figure spitting some fire bars in a rap battle. I know what you're already jokingly typing. Best rapper since Eminem. Wrong. Yeah, Eminem's alright, but has he ever roasted a dude so hard he fucking dies? Murder with guns.
Danny DeVito. Oh my gosh, I've been watching so many of Stephen E's clips. I've been scrolling through shorts on YouTube. Oh my gosh. I'm watching so many of his shorts.
The real heart of the show, because I can't even begin to describe the unbridled satisfaction of cheering for this girl to succeed, and by the end, seeing her move closer to achieving her dream rate.
Oh.
Did I just get tricked into watching an idol anime?
Yeah. Good place for it. Oh yeah. I've seen the first John Wick. I haven't seen much else with Keanu Reeves in it though.
Licorice Recoil takes a simple approach. You like cute girls, you like guns, we're gonna give cute girls some guns. So what happens if you add beautifully...
Also, talking is better than Chisato. I don't care what anyone else says.
Well, you get something like this.
My opinion's not changing.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne. Somehow we have a show that attempts to straddle the perfect middle ground between moe's slice of life and hardcore action. You have a dark terrorist plotline where the stakes are high, people are getting murdered, there are intense gunfights straight out of a Max Payne game. And then we cut to a scene where the girls are like...
Also, yeah, Majima, amazing antagonist. And yeah. And one of the best. All of these are the best scenes. What am I even saying?
How is this any better than John Wick? Well,
yeah, I mean, that's fair. Understandable. Oh. See you guys back in a moment. Alright, here we go. Let's continue. Yeah, this is a strong argument here. Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I need your
14. Yes.
Marin is still the best girl of
probably my number.
It's not because she reminds
it's
me of
probably my top 5 of the year. She is it. I'm sorry. Yes. Yes. That's it. That's all you.
This year we were graced with World Cup fever, which was a blessing because we got two great.
I think I slightly prefer Awashi.
Wonderful experience of watching a bit of footy at the pub.
Don't. Just you can't miss this. You can't. You can't.
Oh hey, I've seen some of his reactions to the World Cup. some of his commentary on it and stuff.
Sports anime this year. Production IG just kill it every freaking time they do a sports show, and this was no exception. Showcasing the high quality they've done before with Haikyuu and Kuroko and bringing that hype to football. Then Blue Lock came along and went, look at this baby shit now. This is real football. None of that friendship bullshit. We're doing a football battle royale with the entire being selfish and egotistical.
I still think I preferred Awashi. But I'll see how Blue Lock ends before I make a final decision on that.
Was more anime than both these anime this year? The World Cup itself.
Oh yeah, Japan. Japan made it pretty farther than they were expected. I think they were in a tough group.
Mbappe carrying France, Boeing 747 carrying Belgium.
Too bad they couldn't go all the way.
Harry Kane penalty is inevitable. He scores 100 times out of 100.
England, Japan keeping the ball.
Morocco though winning that shootout there.
What the hell were the script writers thinking? Yeah, this was actually the best sports anime of the year. Fuck these other two.
There is no passion, there is no vision, there is no aggression in this football club.
Stellar action, compelling plot lines, interesting characters, all reasons we watch the anime we do.
Probably my number 3 of the year.
Can a show be worth watching solely for vibes? Yes. Call of the Night is the anime that speaks to the soul of anyone who's ever been a night owl.
Love Nausena.
I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Come on, it's 3 a.m.
Oh my gosh, the setting.
Now, what are you still doing awake watching
the city looks so good. Most popular name.
There's just something about wandering the normally bustling streets in the dead of night. Unless you're in America, and this is the feeling Call of the Night perfectly captures. Cityscapes dazzle you, the empty streets invite you in as the gentle soundtrack soothes you in to the mesmerizing world of nighttime. This may not be a show that appeals to the masses, but this was far.
It's such a good show. Please watch it, please.
That's all you need. All right, Liam, that's enough now. It's time to sleep, yeah?
All those people who called me a sleepwalker, I woke up. Now I'm going back to sleep.
Number 10. Oh, Summertime Render. Why Disney Plus? Why? Why Disney? Oh, they put it on Hulu, right? But
and this year there was no bigger tragedy.
I think they released it on Hulu, didn't they? I thought it was supposed to be, but I don't know though. I didn't wait for it to be released on wherever Disney decided to put it anyway. Such a good show.
Something doesn't quite add up to the events of his friend's death.
And Mio's one of the best girls of the year as well, too.
An air of unease.
Probably in my top 5 of the year.
Is going on behind the scenes.
And Shinpei.
Before you can even begin to paint a picture of what
probably my top 3 protagonists of the year.
He dies. That was episode 1. This is the kind of show that pulls you in from its opening episode and refuses to ever let go. It shows us the stakes and never gives us a moment to breathe. It presents you with this
and Hizuru as well, such a good character.
And gives you 10 more, only to do the same
Heine,
thing over
oh
again.
my god.
You're constantly on your toes, and just as soon as you think you've figured out the rules of the game, boom, it hits you with a new twist that changes everything. And what's the twist?
Breast milk.
I want to watch it again, even though I just recently finished watching it a second time.
To the final episode, and the only big criticism I can lay against it is that I need to give Disney my hard-earned money to watch it.
Did somebody mention the door to darkness?
In the last 2 years, I've made over $5 million on YouTube from just
Alright, see you in a moment.
Video.
Alright, I think I saw Demon Slayer coming up here, which... Yeah, I consider that part of 2021, but it is taking winter 2022, so counting it part of 2022, this is my 3rd, and that would put Call of the Night at 4th.
Way between great and bloody fantastic, and also midway up your mum. It doesn't have the most complex characters, it doesn't have the most original plots, but whatever it doesn't have, it makes up for in pure, undistilled hype. If actions speak louder than words, Demon Slayer is fucking screaming. The Entertainment District arc reaches an audio-visual experience few anime series can ever match.
So good.
Raising the bar for Studio Ufotable already insanely high standards. When you tell Ufotable that your amp goes up to 11, they go, yeah, That's cute, and turns theirs up to 30. An adaptation like this shows that even people at the top of their field can strive to improve their craft. Because what they've delivered is an anime with the highest level of spectacle it can get. You hold your breath, waiting for that one climactic moment. It builds and builds, and you're on the edge of your seat, anticipating when that peak's gonna come. And just when you think the hype can't get even higher, it smashes past it to a point you ever thought it could go. Your mind goes blank, taking in one of the most jaw-dropping visual spectacles anime has ever seen. And only then, when everything is said and done, do you remember to take a breath again.
Oh my god. Number 8. Spy Family.
After all the non-related by blood antics I've seen in anime, I'd almost forgotten what a real family should look like. But thankfully, Spy X Family was the wholesome medicine I needed to cleanse my mind once more, even if this family is technically not related by blood. This is the latest in the X series, where weebs can never agree whether the X is silent or not. So then there's this one guy I talked to last year that called this Spy multiplied by family.
Wow, that is so wrong.
Next time you do that, actually calling the cops. Going in, the show was touted to me as a
I love Spy times Family. It's great.
Find it that funny, but that didn't matter because every episode left the biggest smile on my face regardless. Watching Spy X Family reminded me of the types of old school shows I'd watch with my mum and dad on a Sunday evening when we'd spend time with each other. The type of show you'd put on at Christmas that helps bring everyone together. Sometimes it's not about having a super deep interconnected plot line, but a simple story that'll brighten up your day no matter what and help you appreciate the family you have around you.
Gundam. Witch from Mercury.
The legacy of Gundam is one of the most storied and important franchises in all of anime. But with this legacy and the sheer number of iterations preceding it, every new Gundam comes in with the challenge of having to figure out what can this Gundam do that no other Gundam has ever done. Yeah, girls, isn't it? Gundam the Witch from Mercury is the Gundam we've needed for the longest time. Something that wipes the slate clean for new fans.
I've heard it's really good though.
Not forgetting why people watch Gundam in the first place. It's hard to do a fresh take on such an old franchise, but the Witch from Mercury seems to be doing exactly that. This is no war between nations, but a war between corporations. Here is a world where profit and power reign supreme. Elon Musk is having a wet dream in the corner. The politics of war have been replaced with the politics of companies, proving that corporate drama can be just as gripping if you add the right conflict, because Gundam has never been just about the giant robot fights. Alright, let's talk about the giant robot fights. Giant robot fights are awesome. Studio Sunrise have pulled out all of their expertise to make this the best looking mecha show it can be, from the flashiest battle to the smallest details. I mean, just listen to this sound design. Now, I could have shown you some of its incredible animation or its orgasmic music, but nobody ever thinks about sound design. And if it can get us to notice small things like this, extrapolate that to what that means for the rest of the production values. Let's just forget about that.
Looks really
This is a AAA production from top to bottom, and it isn't afraid to flaunt it every episode. The Witch from Mercury isn't just here to compete with other Gundams. It isn't just here to compete with other mechas. It's here to stand toe-to-toe with the best things out right now. If you're new to anime here, if you've never seen a mecha in your life and you need a reason to get into giant robots, this is it.
Number 6. Oh, ultra romantic.
Every generation, we get a genre
Best season
show, one that fans look back on
of
as
the show
of the genre at that time, that sold them on what could be so great about it. And I believe that Kaguya
worst opening of the 3, but
when I started Kaguya,
the best season by far.
Some formulaic gag manga. Two people that don't want to confess, they find the most convoluted roundabout
this
way
is
to avoid confessing.
Oh my gosh, this is so good.
But what
I actually forgot it aired last year when I started watching this video.
Every skit adds a little bit more. Piece by piece, a layer gets added to each character, each of the cast members. It continues to build, continues to add on itself. And before you know it, it feels like this group of dimwits have become your own friends. You start to cherish every single second you get to put the show on. And that's the real magic of Kaguya. Beyond the gags, beyond the antics, it just becomes a joy to spend time with all of them. You fall in love with this ensemble. So this season, when it follows through and delivers through the build-up we were promised, it results in one of the most satisfying climaxes you can find in romance.
so
Dragon Ball
good.
Z, Naruto, Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan. These
No.
are all generational anime people talk
No.
about as the shows that introduced them into anime. But once you get past the shonen mega hits, you'll find these other shows fans look
I don't-
back on that served as their definitive gateway.
I don't think I saw a single one of
genres.
those he just
Without
named.
Haruhi, I would have never got into high school anime.
Or this one
Kaguya
either.
stood
Or
as
we
that
no, haven't seen
mega
Code
show every
Geass.
non-mecha fan watched. I
Maybe
know
I
exactly
haven't
what
even seen
generation you're
K-On!
from. K-On! Introduced you to the slice of life moe genre, and years from now, Kaguya-sama is going to be the anime this new generation of fans reminisce about when they talk about how they got into romance anime.
Number 5. Yep, okay.
Chainsaw Man
Of course.
came into this year with an almost impossible amount of hype to meet. But did it rise up to the challenge and prove us all wrong with this first season? No. But what we got was still pretty damn good. It's been a long time.
And
since
no,
I've seen an
they're
anime
not going
that
to
was
remake
this
it,
hard
okay?
and this
Like,
fast.
people are asking...
Expectations
People are,
and
like, saying they want...
craziest things
I've seen
that
some
it
people
almost
saying they want a
felt
remake of it.
to
No,
make
it's not gonna
in a highly
happen.
popular, highly competitive scene
They're
of
not gonna
self-marketable
redo it.
shonen action shows.
There's
It
no
blasted
way.
in, gave the middle finger and went, fuck you, I'm gonna grab some titties. It's savage. It's out there. It's a show called Chainsaw Man, and it gave us a man that's a chainsaw. What the fuck do we have to complain about? The hype this show produced could only ever really be matched by how horny it made the fan base. You got power fans. Now here's their perfect girl. I too like women who don't shower, don't wipe smells, and leave their logs unflushed. Oh, why yes. How could you tell I play Super
Power's
Smash
best
Bros?
girl,
Then
okay?
you have the Kobeni fans. Oh yes, my waifu is suffering. Isn't she so adorable? Then there's Himeno fans.
Oh.
Then there's Makima. Never before has a character been so
No.
perfectly
Okay.
designed,
I don't know
so
why. A
unequivocally
lot of people
unmatched,
seem
so
to
incomparably unparalleled.
really hate her for
Hello,
some
Mr.
reason.
Horny. If No Nut November was
Like
an
manga
impossible
readers,
dungeon,
and I don't know what
the
that's
final boss
about.
standing at the end of it. Every word,
But I can't get a
every
read on her
action,
character
every
at
line she
all.
utters got you going like,
So many people seem to, like, not like her, though, that have read the manga. Her powers are so cool, though.
The real question at the end of this all is, can MAPPA carry on this insane quality they've given us with this adaptation into future seasons? Because it might not have met the hype this time, but after that last episode, when those final credits rolled, I had one thought that engulfed my mind.
And
over
when
everything
and when
else.
Eve's song was playing
We
at the
ain't
end there.
seen
Oh my
nothing
god.
yet.
Teamwork
Alright.
lights you up.
One
With a
moment.
sign.
Over
Alright.
everything
There you go. What's number
else,
4?
We ain't seen nothing yet.
Bocchi has to be in here somewhere. Right? Oh.
If you know me,
Okay.
you know I don't like slice
So,
of life. I don't like moe.
the last three are
shows.
gonna be
I don't like cute
Cyberpunk,
girls doing cute
Attack on
things.
Titan,
So believe me when I
and-
say that Bocchi the Rock, a moe slice of life show where cute girls do cute things, is something really
Ro.
special.
I love
What makes it
Ro.
so special? Gay girls.
I love all of them.
Not this time. Bocchi is a show
Actually.
about this awkward gremlin.
The
who
main
joins a
cat.
band in hopes that she can get over her crippling social anxiety and achieve the popularity.
This
of
might
being
have my
a cat.
favorite
I know
just,
you're thinking, wait,
like,
I've seen this before. It was called Komi-san.
cast of
Like,
characters
Bocchi. Yes. Well, since
out of
Bocchi
every
is just how above
anime
and
that aired
beyond
last
goes with
year.
this
Just
animation,
overall
these
cast.
Just like me for real moments. Characters go in and off model. Animators just fucking give up at
Like,
times. People
the
start
voice acting
glitching
was
in and out of
perfect in it,
reality.
and
You may
yeah,
or
and
may
the
not have
animation.
done the exact same
Bocchi
things
is
that
just an
Bocchi
amazing
does, but you
character.
feel her in your fucking soul.
明日のライブが今から想像できる
So,
At first, I was worried that this
Attack
was gonna be a
on
one-trick
Titan.
pony. Turns out it's a 10-trick pony in a farm
Cyberpunk.
of 100 ponies.
What else
When
is
you think
in-
you get the joke? When you think you know what's coming, the animators hits you with something completely new that conveys this terrifyingly relatable feeling in a way only animation can
Oh my
do.
God.
This made me laugh more than any other show this year. It wasn't gut-busting laughter. It was more like, oh god, I felt exactly the same way. God damn it, Bocchi, why are you doing this to me? This is triggering my fight or flight response. Get out of my mind. Get out. Get out. Get out. Yeah, big mood. If there is a single introvert bone in your body, something in here will drag out a core memory.
and I know my number 1 of the year is not going to be on this
Like that
list,
intrusive
so
thought that hits you at 3 a.m. and God, I didn't even talk
I'm
about
not
the
even
music.
considering
I
that.
recently
He said he hasn't
this
seen
was
it,
everything I
so
was hoping K-On! Would
there's
be.
no
Because
chance it's
while,
on
yes,
here.
a lot of this is slice of life moe. Motherfuckers are getting shit done. These girls don't be fucking around when it comes to their music. They have their goals and are gonna go out and achieve it. Bocchi may not be able to form a coherent conversation, but every little step she takes to overcoming that, every time she stepped up and tears it up on stage, made me want to jump up and go, yes! That's my girl! This was my biggest surprise of 2022, bar none. In a season of heavy hitters, Bleach, Chainsaw Man, Spy X Family, Bocchi the Rock awkwardly waltzed in, grabbed the mic.
Yeah, okay, so that's right. He's not gonna talk about Bleach. He said anyway. So.
It doesn't matter.
Right. Okay. There's Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk 2077 has gone down as one of the most disastrous launches in gaming history. Years of anticipation
yeah, that was
the release of a unfinished game that would take an equal amount
even
of
I heard about that, and I am not involved in like the game community at all.
To launch a game, and the biggest praise I can give to Cyberpunk Edge Runners is that it was so good. The anime almost made everyone forgive what happened to the game.
Yeah, it has to be like the exact opposite of how the game went with in terms of the reception.
Hardcore, dick and butt, hyper violent, I fucked your mom kind of show, and god damn was it awesome. It hits you with the story going at full throttle from episode 1 and never takes its foot off the gas. You'll look for a moment to pause and catch your breath, and while you're waiting, you'll realize the credits to the final episode are rolling. This was the anime Studio Trigger were born to make that nobody realized they wanted until now. Even for a team of decorated veterans.
What else does he have in here? I wonder what I'm completely missing.
Every scene oozing with style, every frame burning with the passion of everyone working on it. And it's impossible for this excitement not to get transferred over to the viewer. This is how you do a video game tie-in, and all it took was emotionally scarring the collective Cyberpunk community.
He might not put Attack on Titan on this list either, I don't know. Oh, of course! Mob Psycho finale, yeah.
Season 3 was announced, I remember saying to myself, we don't need another season of Mob.
What a prat!
Season 2 is an action-packed masterpiece, combining
of course
you could ever find with masterful character writing. The series didn't
this was so beautiful.
And while I don't think season 3 reached those same heights, it was one that was surely needed. This closed the final chapter to Mob's character and everyone around him. In a sense, this felt like a season-long epilogue. While I wondered where the story could go after season 2 cleared up all its plot points and defeated the big evil, season 3 took a step back and went, how do we give these characters the send-offs they deserve?
This was so beautiful.
The man so full of bullshit, he can sell Hamon to a Stan user.
One of the best anime characters ever.
Possible. Dimple, Ritsu, Hanazawa, and most importantly Mob. For all the flashy fight scenes, it showed that its true heart lies in the characters. It taught us how to accept ourselves through the eyes
and he
of
got
journey
confess
and
his feelings, and that made me so happy.
Possible. Studio Bones can finally take a bow for the work they've done here. From start to finish, Mob has felt like a passion project that has pushed the boundaries of animation to its limits.
Oh, spoilers, sorry.
This is the kind of adaptation everyone only dreams of. And now that we're saying goodbye, whatever your favorite season was, it's hard not to feel like all of Mob Psycho has cemented itself as a modern classic we won't ever forget.
This is such a great show. Alright. Alright, let's see what his number 1 is. Is it Attack on Titan? And another question I have. Oh, of course, main abyss. Attack on Titan was at the awards. Did it air in 2022? It was at the awards, so I assumed it did, but it might not have even been. It might have aired like in fall of 2021.
With an emotion that is utterly indescribable, and that's how Made in Abyss Season 2 left.
But yeah, no, this. Yeah.
Now the cat's out of the bag.
When I'm reading animes this year, I always forget this. This is. No, this. I need to change my rankings of like everything I said because.
Even knowing this, I was not prepared for the experience this was gonna give me. This is no longer simply just a sad show or a dark show. Before, the rules are more simple. You go down deep and maybe you encounter a really dangerous animal or some crazy evil person, but now the terrors you encounter cease to follow any logic you're familiar with. You wander around in this non-Euclidean world where the laws of the universe are governed
and that looks so beautiful. The animation is so good.
Eldritch horrors lurk around every corner and your mind can
The
only
designs of
attempt to comprehend
everything.
the nightmares you uncover behind them. Made in Abyss 2 contains some of the most haunting things I've ever seen in anime, but none of it was because of some simple violence or gore, but ideas and imagery that disturbs me to my core.
And the soundtrack, everything about the show just
There's a gentleness
captivates
to the
me.
story.
Like,
For all its terror, this is a hauntingly beautiful tale. It gives
no,
you
this is my number
something
2
in
of
the
the
place
year.
hopelessness, then smashes it all away.
Your boy Kong
Terrifies
Wing's back
you
to number
without
3.
scaring you,
Forget
and
that.
hits you with a soundtrack that makes your soul just wail. I had an incredibly hard time picking my favorite anime this year.
This was-
Any one of the top 6 could have taken the spot, but the reason I settled on Made in Abyss is because it's given me an experience like no other. Unlike everything else I've talked about today, this has grown beyond something I would wholeheartedly recommend. In the same way, I don't really recommend
I need
a
more of
movie
this
like
show.
Requiem for a Dream, because it's not something you go into to enjoy, but if you're brave enough, it's an unfathomably powerful experience that will haunt you for years to come. Made in Abyss allows you to find beauty in the horrific, hope in the despair. You watch this nightmare unfold through an ethereal lens. It rips your heart to shreds, then gives you a warm hug and tells you everything's gonna be alright. You go
Such
on
a
this
beautiful
ride that
show.
tears your soul apart, only to come out smiling at the other end. And only after it's all over, when you sit beside yourself to process the journey of emotions you just felt, is there only one word
I'm
that
about to
encapsulates
cry
it
just
all.
watching all these scenes go by. I mean, like... Like, oh.
Hey guys, hope you're having a great 2023 so far. And yeah, that was all of my favorite anime from
Good picks.
2022. And I want to give a huge 2022 thanks
Don't have any
to
real complaints
Alpha
about
Sigma,
that list.
Basil, Dysfunctional Degenerate, Flabberwocky, Ivido, Jeff, Lavados, Misaka12315, Pain Patchett, Pony
You know what?
Star,
I'm gonna be
Walter
honest.
Guys
I don't feel like I
15,
finished
and
watching a
everyone
Gigguk
else
video
helping support
until I
this
hear
month.
him say pain patched at the end with the patrons for some reason. I don't know why. Just that name for some reason. Alright. Anyway. That was Best of Anime 2022 by Gigguk. Yeah. Great picks. My number 1 of the year is Katara Lives Alone. I think I've already said that somewhere else on this channel, probably. Maybe I haven't. But yeah, that's my number 1. He said he hasn't seen that show yet. But yeah, I agree with him on his number 1 pick based on what he has seen then. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the reaction, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.